Okay, let's see here for day 7 called bridge repair. So this puzzle is to calibrate or to evaluate equations. So, for instance, we should test if this sum can be somehow calculated using add or multiply operators. So we should always evaluate them left to right, and we should always use these operators. So the purpose is to test different combinations of these operators and see if we can get the value on the left. So I have already written this code, and I will try to just explain how I solve this. So I first parse the input, of course. So I just parse it to a tuple with the test sum and the numbers. So yeah, like this. So what I used is kind of a bit shifting technique to be able to get the calibrate the operator mask, because what we're doing here is that we will test every possible combination, and if we get the result, if the result is equal to the test sum, we will add it to our total. So, and our evaluate equation will also do kind of a bit shifting operation to test different operators in between these. So it's either it's an addition, and we do addition, or we do multiplication. So let's run this with the test input. Test input looked like this. This was in the text. So we can actually debug it. So let's see what happens. Yeah. So the first is the 190 and 1019. So this is probably a very easy one. So now we get the result, and when I get the result, I will break out of this for loop, because this method will also test. It's because some of these has multiple ways to do the equation. So just to rehash it. So for instance, this we can do it 2 different ways. So not to be able, so we will get the test sum two times, but we should only count it once. So that's why I break out of that loop. So let's go and check the next one is actually that 3267. So we will first test with the operator mask 0. So if operator mask, we first test multiplication, then then we get the totally wrong result. So then we try the other combination. And this time we'll add them together. Let's see. And then we will multiply the second one, and that way we will get our result. So now we get the result, take the next one, and so forth. So now we will have our or our example value of 3749. So let's jump into part 2. So part 2 is actually just a variation of the same. We will actually add a concatenation operator to our evaluation. So we should still test for add and multiply, but we should also test for concatenation, and that is, well, pretty simple actually. So, but what I did was actually did it a little bit different, because I now did an extended method for this. So that one will actually test it a little bit differently. I actually did a concatenate, was pretty simple. I just converted it to a string and concatenated the strings, then converted it back to long. And yeah, just to rehash it, this puzzle demands to have long or int 64, because the numbers are too large for an integer. So this does basically the same thing as the other, but now we have 3 different operators instead. So this method actually just creates these combination of operators using some modulus and some other technique here. So now we will actually get little different results. So we will still have our normal results. So that is the 3457, but let's just let it run through. We will have our 11,387, which is what the test data should say. So this puzzle was pretty easy, I think. Obviously the real data takes actually, so I can just show you that briefly before the end here. The real input is significantly larger, and it has significantly larger numbers. That's why, if you look at this number, for instance, that's why you need the long in this code, and it actually takes a little bit longer time. You can actually switch to release just to get it to. I mean, part 1 pretty fast. Part 2 takes a few seconds more. But I mean, this is advent of code. It's not enterprise software, so I think it's okay. Yeah. So that's all for day 7. So let's check back tomorrow.